Oh, come on. Oh, listen to that crunch. Look in there. Just look at that. That is Chico Roll made. That looks absolutely phenomenal. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing an Aussie classic. We're going down under. We're making a classic from 1951. First thought up by a guy called Frank McEncroe. We're making the Chiko Roll. When it was first thought of, it was called the chicken roll, but you know, it does not contain any chicken whatsoever. It's a bit of a misnomer, but it's world famous. So we're making the Chiko Roll from 1951. Now, there's many variations of this now. Originally, it was started with mutton, they say, and it's spread to beef, beef mince, and different seasonings, and everybody makes it differently, making their own wraps and things to wrap it all in. I'm actually going to cheat and use wrappers. I'm not using minced beef. If you remember from the other day, we were cooking some cube roll, and I've got this fantastic cube roll left over. And this is where I use all my ingredients. So we're just going to do that. And then we're going to go through there with a knife. And that is our minced beef. This is a way to use up everything and store it in the freezer and bring them out. So we've got barley, we've got green beans, cabbage, onions, carrots, celery. We've got the whole shebang. Now, if you like what we're doing, don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Let's get on and make a cheats version of the Chiko Roll. Come on. It's a straightforward stir fry. We want a little bit of oil in there, a couple of tablespoons. We want to whack on a flame. In there, onion and garlic. That's the first job. Now, if you were cooking this fresh with beef mince, you would cook this off a little bit and then you would chuck your mince in. We've already got cooked beef, we're not going to mess around. You could put butter in if you wanted, that's up to you, not a problem. In there with our carrot, celery. We're just going to soften this up in there. It's going to be a pan full of colour and goodness. Now, there are many recipes online for a Chico roll. Many people make them differently, and obviously households make them different to the commercial ones. There are all sorts of different fillings and variations now. All sorts of different savoury ingredients going in there with your sauces or your curry powder. We're going to make this a real basic one, but it's going to be full of flavour. I mean, this is going to be flavour bursting. It's not having curry powder. I don't believe for a minute curry powder was first introduced in 1951, and the reason why, it was a copy of a Chinese spring roll. Obviously, I didn't eat it in 1951, so if anybody knows any different, let me know. Okay, we want to be going in there with our cabbage. Now we're going to add a little bit of seasoning to this now to help draw out the moisture of the cabbage. We want to go in there with some salt. Now people use chicken powder for flavouring. That's okay. There's many different recipes. This is white pepper. This is black pepper. Give that a stir in. Let's start getting that wilted down in there. In there, green beans. Want about a tablespoon of Worcester sauce. And we want about a tablespoon of soy sauce. Just give that a little wilting down in there. And we want to be going in there with some cooked barley. Get that stirred through. Might be able to do a bit more barley actually. Get our goodness in there. Looks like a fantastic pan full of flavour there. This is beef broth. Now that's going to put a hint of a different flavour in there without making it too wet. We can't have this too wet. We have a little bit of a cornstarch slurry here. I'm going to put a little bit of that in as well. And that's going to give us that little thickness of a mouthfeel with all our veggies. Quick whiz in. We got that really nice thickish veggie bit in there now. In with our beef. Now we have to let this go completely cold before we can start rolling the rolls. The next stage for us then, I've got my spring roll wrappers. I'm not making pastry. We got spring roll wrappers, but what I've done, I've doubled them up. There is two there, look. Two together. We're doing them in doubles. You know, a Chico roll is quite thick with the pastry around the outside, and it's also textured when it's fried. Now I'm not sure how we're going to get the texture effect, but I've got a meat stabber here, and I just thought if we put a couple of marks in the top, it would actually fry and puff up with a couple of textured marks on. Now we could be completely wrong on that. It might not work. And we don't want to go too hard. We just want to come in the top of one. Willing to try anything? What we're having to do is roll our wrappers. Now, if you're using pastry, you would just roll out your pastry, but I think this is going to be a good idea. So what we're going to do is a little bit of egg wash on there, like that. Just those three sides like that. And we're going to take some of our filling. I'm going to put our filling in there, like that. And what we're going to do is just come straight in there like that, I think. And then we're going to take that over there like that. I think. And we're just going to roll it over. Finish it off like that. And that's going to be our Chico roll. So there we are, that's how all our rolls rolled up, look, ready to go. Cracking. I've got the oil on. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these in the basket. Nice and steady, and hopefully seam side down, and these things will fry and stay together. Now don't forget, we have doubled up the wrappers. So we are hoping that they don't all lift apart inside. So that's it, we just need to get it on and give it a fry. Now these shouldn't take very long to fry actually, they're already cooked inside. So we just need to fry and crisp up the outside, that is all. Now we got it set for about 175, the heat there. Here we come out of there with those. They look fantastic. Straight on our rack. Let them air dry. The only thing is with these, you know, they do not look like the traditional. The traditional got texture on them. These don't have the texture. Not to worry. Get some more in. Oh, come on. Oh, listen to that crunch. Look in there. Just look at that. That is Chiko Roll made. That looks absolutely phenomenal. All we got to do is get stuck in. Oh, come on. Like I was saying, look at the pastry. The pastry's got a bit of texture on there from where we stabbed it. You know, the other one's smooth. There's definitely a difference. I like it. It looks okay. What does it taste like? Well, do we taste it on its own or do we taste it with tomato sauce? That is pretty damn good on its own. That is awesome. Wow. That I really like. Oh, you can taste the beef all the way through there with the veg, you know. Slight seasoning. Very beefy. It's very nice. And we're going to do the tomato sauce. That is tremendous. I'll put that there so you can see it while I'm munching. Look in there, all our beef, you know. We used our cooked beef. That's what makes this so special. You know, this is another meal that you can put together with some veggies. Use up your used up meat if you have any meat left. And this goes in the freezer, you know. These are done. It might not be original, but I tell you, it's pretty damn good for a Chico roll. That is superb. Well, this one's for all my Aussie friends. I hope we haven't wrecked your iconic dish too much. The filling in there, I know we've packed it because we made it at home. But that beef in there. You know, it's a beef we cooked the other day, you know, the Chiko Roll. Wow. Our seasoning, I think we got the seasoning spot on. I don't know if it's the same as the original, but it's definitely seasoned very, very well. It's a fantastic taste. It's got a heat kick there from the peppers, which makes it superb. That I really like. That is really, really high quality. I hope we've done the Chiko Roll justice. It really is tasty. It's fantastic. It's definitely one to try. I hope we haven't upset anybody too much down under, but this is a fantastic, fantastic dish. You know, if you like what we're doing, don't forget the big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and we'll catch you in the next video.